It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And we've got the Dolphins Offensive Player of the Year.
Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Dolphins and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Let's go. Check white. Smith red.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Young now. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Brian Brzee, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken it around the 40. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So here are the Dolphins now with excellent field position to start things out. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Some breathing room, and he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Some of the players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A stop there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. They'll try again, and this time he'll score. Touchdown, Miami. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here is Young. It's complete to the tight end. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So And this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
Now a first down throw for Young. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Second down, Young. And that's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Check pink. Switch yellow.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now, that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in this.
And this is caught. Touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Panthers about ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. A first down throw for Young. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. You talk about this Miami defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words,
and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Powers through him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie and it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Sampson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they play, and the defense too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert up. Sets up.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Moss will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, Young. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. The Panthers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
3rd and long for Young. To the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Sampson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Young looks to throw on 1st down. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina! Jonathan Mingo, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Extra point splits the... And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He may go. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this 1st half.
Panthers 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
Smith, red. Black swap. Opposite. Green.
Young on 1st down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd down, Young again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Field, black. Ready.
It's Young off play action. That is caught. And Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Check pink. Switch. Yellow. Check white.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in a yard.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On 2nd down, it's Paul, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Paul, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Holding. Offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Check pink, switch yellow, check white.
Young off the play fake. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. And they were right in that gray area, on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to
touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time, and that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
Panthers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. Over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind. It's a 4. 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw on 3rd down, Sampson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Oh, he bowls over him.
Yeah, good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 117 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. There on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Set, ready. Black swap, opposite, green. Set.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it is the Jets who have the lead late in the second quarter. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. The Texas man, Bijan Robinson, a touchdown run. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter.
Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Runs over it. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going on the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
They'll try and run for this with Moss. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
For him on the year, it's a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
First down, Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The second down throw for Young. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game. And he's got...
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Brian Brzee, the man to bring him down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be not and incomplete.
Opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 60 yards.
And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
Sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
To throw, Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. Returnable here for Davis. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll go again here with Moss.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Panthers 14.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
White, Smith, red, black swap.
On second down now, it's Paul.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a... ...3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Ready.
On play action, Young. Side here, complete.
Down the side.
And finally wrestled down at the 11.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Young will set to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. It'll be Young again. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Young on third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And this one is... And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe? Flag, you just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some space here.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets it up past the 35.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sampson, he sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's 6-yard line. It's a big play there for... And even 60 yards.
That's how you flip field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Alert! Alert! Go, Reed! Go!
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is not in as they stop him at the... They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Achan. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
They'll go. Achan.
And this time he is in.
Achan taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing, Young. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
The play fake, now Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag. And they may get 15 for this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Come on, set. Blue, check. Check pink. Switch, yellow. Check white.
Now Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
First down.
Going to be rail.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard
Mid
line.
red. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. Paul.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Young on 3rd and 2, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And this one looks good. It is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, son, make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Looking to throw. Sampson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
I think it's handful of touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
The Dolphins on third down, they have been superb, 5 for 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Miami.
On first down, they'll go to the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try and run some clock here. Ground. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did.
everything. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Young.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here is Young. Forced out to his left. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Davis now to return it. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return.
And they will take 1st and 10. Dolphins offense returning to the field. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we were watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
On 2nd down, they'll run it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring.
That's it. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Sampson. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Young working out of the gun.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Shifts by him, and a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Dolphins, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.